What? Like last time you said ding ding, like Apollo Creed said, let's all give a rest in peace to Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed, legendary, iconic actor. I grew up on him. It hurt my heart when I said, damn, Apollo, like Apollo really dead now. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, that shit is crazy, man. God bless, man. Rest in power. Rest in power, King. All right. Conor Benn, man. Let's go right into it, man. He had a fight last weekend, right? Pistol Pete Dobson. It was a good fight. A lot of people raised an eyebrow with Conor, right? I kind of did too. I tried to not make myself do that, but that's human nature, right? And I say that because he didn't get the knockout. It went 12 rounds. It was a good fight. Pistol Pete Dobson fought a great fight. There were some holes in both their games. A lot of ring rust with Pistol Pete Dobson, even though he's not super known, but he's known enough. I know he follows you on Instagram. I mean, like I said, it went 12 rounds. Dobson out the ring for 2 years. Conor, a lot of people wanted and expected the knockout. Didn't happen. They went the distance. So then you have everyone running around in the boxing world, insinuating, was it? I even think Devin said something like the power was left in the needle or something to that effect. Arrow said some shit with Icon about eggs, And if y'all been under the rock for the last 2 years, they're alluding to Conor's legal issues over there in the UK with the alleged PED and steroid use, which he has an ongoing case right now. Going on in there. Hopefully that'll get resolved. If not, he'll be boxing in the US and over in other places other than the UK. But listen, I say that to say this. Everyone saw that and everyone said, oh, that's food. Devin popped out. Tank popped out. I'm hearing Mario Barrios. AB and him is talking crazy, back and forth on Twitter, real reckless. You're hearing Eddie Hearn supposedly sent them an offer. And real quick before I go to you guys, I want to play 2 clips. I want to play first clip is Eddie Hearn on the potential Tank fight, and then I want to play a clip from our own Amin on his thoughts on it earlier, and then I want him to reiterate that. Check this out.
With Gervonta Davis, I mean, firstly, those two going back and forth, and I've spoken to Gervonta personally, and he'll be receiving an offer from us today for that fight as well. I think it's a huge fight. Could happen in the UK, but we're looking, I think, in America for that. Yeah, lots of talks with Gervonta Davis.
That's Eddie Hearn. And then this is King Amin in the Boxing Voice. When I had to clip this up because I was dying laughing. Check this out. This is
bridge. You know what I'm saying? Conor Benn. If it's the most logical, sure. But I think just some of us fans, and I'll use that word honorably, some of us fans are just still waiting to see Tank fight one of his contemporaries. I can't escape that. I cannot escape it. Why would I not want to see this man measured up against his peer group? Like I wanted to see Nas and Jay on a song together, or you want to see two of the greats do so. You want to see Pacino and De Niro in a movie together. You want to see the greats interact with each other. And I can't legitimately, I can say he's a great prize fighter. He's an entertaining fighter, but I want to see him measured against his peer group, period.
I couldn't articulate it better myself. I mean, can you expand on that, please?
Yo, the only, when we hear that phrase, we talk, it bump, this because you were MC, right? When they say who's the best MCs, Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas, right?
Ain't no best.
Right?
No, South, East, West. Now it's not good.
but people have taken that iteration because you have to compare yourself against who's out there of your time.
Mm-hmm.
If this is Tank's era, and we talking about the lightweight division, and we've seen cats come and go so far. We've seen Shakur move, and I don't want to do a whole song and dance. I just want to say, if you say you're a fighter at 135, get a belt from a legitimate 135 pounder. Defend that belt. Not hell. I'll even give you light sauce. Go get a vacant title. And then go defend the vacant. I'm not even asking you to go actually beat somebody, which would be a little bit more proper, to go and take someone's belt and then defend it. At least do that in one more division at 135 where there's lots of competition. Not at 126 a couple of years, not at 130. Do this right now. And if you do that, then I can continue on and say this is what makes a championship level fighter. As of now, Tank Davis, He might attract the young crowd, the hip hop crowd. He might be a prize fighter, but he is not a generational great unless or until. That's me.
Hey, what you think?
I couldn't agree more. Now I won't take generational great away from him because his acumen precedes him. His name is glittery. He's glitz glam, and at his actual weight, because now he's above his weight division, he cleaned them out, and he did it to Leo Santa Cruz and some of the best in the game. But when it comes to chasing greatness, right now, when you say Tank, you're like, yeah, and I want to see him take that real fight, that real next fight. You have Devin Haney, who right now is the leader of the division above you. But when he was in your division, you didn't take the step. You had Lomachenko, who called you out on several occasions. You didn't take the step. You had Shakur Stevenson answer the call. Y'all made him go into retirement. Why? Because the same thing we talked about on the last episode. Fighters will not take the step. Take the damn step. We don't want to see you fight some no-name dude, right? We want to see you get it on. You didn't fight Teofimo. Take the damn step. We see y'all sparring. Sparring tells stories. It doesn't always tell the whole story. So I want to see Tank, just like our brother Amin pointed out, just like the country is calling. I know what y'all want. We know what y'all want. We wanted to. Take the damn step, man. What are you doing? Fight.
And it's not so much as we just asking for blood. We're asking because what else is left when we're trying to, like, so boom, we all hardcores. When I'm trying to explain to somebody other than which rapper walked him out during his last fight, how do I justify the greatness of Tank Davis? Who can I say he beat? Who can I say he fought? And even if I say Leo Santa Cruz, correct me if I'm wrong, do I got to say he brought him up from 122 and fought him at 130 for a vacant title and didn't even defend it? And that's the only reason why I say generational says a lot, because it means when they said, yo, who else was good? Remember the term also ran. I don't know if you guys are watching Raising Kanan, but
no doubt.
Snaps broke that down what an also ran. And also ran is basically the other motherfucker that was out there when the main guy was winning everything.
Yeah. I love Raising Kanan too. Good
Unless
show.
Tank Davis, to me, he'll never be an also ran. I'm not calling him that, but I mean, I want to be able to say, well, yeah, when during that time when Terrence Crawford was at welterweight becoming undisputed, and then he went up and did whatever he doing. When Benavidez was fought at and everybody was ducking him, and then he finally, I want to be able to say more about Tank Davis than I seen him throw a gazelle punch, which was fucking amazing for a hardcore like me, and that his best win was Mario Barrios because the whole open scoring concept. He knew he was down, and he went in there and punched that motherfucker in his head and knocked him out.
Yeah,
amazing shit. But I just need to see him win titles against his peers. That's all.
And here's my thing. Now, if he goes, I don't think he can beat Conor Benn. I'm gonna put it on the record. Conor didn't get the knockout, but Conor was hitting Dobson with everything plus the kitchen sink, and he looked sharp, he looked good, and he also took a punch, but he was rocked by a punch. But Conor Benn hits hard. He's much bigger than Tank, and he's fast. He ain't no pushover. So I if he's what I think we're gonna see is Tank say, man, I ain't got time for you. Your name ain't big enough. And I'll accept that because you're too goddamn little to be talking crazy to him. But
I don't think Tank could say that because Tank called him out, it seemed, at least from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? On Twitter.
He was acting like other boxers was doing. Other boxers was trolling. He was trolling too. Conor was like, oh, you the biggest name, the most money, and probably the easiest for me. Because you're small.
But on a technical aspect, you don't think that there's a way? Because number one, you know that Tank is going to tell him to come in at a catch. First of all,
rehydration, catch weight.
Conor ain't even been making 147. He's been campaigning at 147. Never actually made 147. So something tells me, even if they contracted at welterweight just to give Tank another division, they're gonna let Tank go up as much as he want and probably put a hydration clause on Conor. That's number one. Number two, now from the technical aspect, do you see that there's a way that if Tank as a southpaw can kind of get in between, because Conor's going to, he doesn't jab, and all he's going to try to do is take one step and rip off combinations. If Tank can get in between those combinations with a body punch and maybe get out and then come over the top of that slow jab in different instances, do you see a realm to where he can actually be too fast for Conor?
If he does, he's got, and I'll give you the perfect scenario and sequence. Cotto versus Pacquiao, the first knockdown. Cotto's throwing a combination. He's throwing 2 hooks. Pacquiao's okay with the first one just so he can throw the hook in between. And when he does, Cotto's turning into it, and Cotto is on the ground, because you cannot throw and turn into a punch and take it and be okay generally. Tank has the power. Remember, Tank is knocking out what they say was knocking out welterweights and light heavyweight or something like that. So he's got the power to do it. But Conor also has the power to do it. And where I think Tank can win, I would bet on Conor. Conor is not Conor's still undefeated too. And he looks more suspect in his early fights than he did in that last one. This last fight, he looked sharp for being ring rusty. And he was hitting hard. If Tank takes one of those,